It's our conviction that to make the world a better home that's more beautiful and more sustainable, we need to reduce the inequalities and allow every person fairer access to housing, transport, education, and health. To tackle major societal challenges, companies have a fundamental role to play, supporting initiatives and local communities. We went to South Africa, India, and the United States to meet those who are already working to get things done.
So companies, especially large companies, have a role because they are part of society. They're not just part of their local communities in which companies operate, but particularly multinational companies operate in the globe. And as a citizen of the world, they're naturally, through the products they're making, through the value chains they're a part of, through the ecosystems they're a part of, companies are extracting resources from those various communities. And when you're extracting resources from a community, you have an obligation then to also do it in a way that's minimally harmful to those communities, and where you can, to actually give back to those communities as well. Companies haven't always thought of this traditionally, and the notion of companies being solely driven to create profits is changing. But often when we talk about stakeholders of a company, we really think about employees, customers, and shareholders or investors. But the real stakeholders of a company go much further. It's also the communities in which they operate, it's the partners, their suppliers, and the governments. And so if you think about the full set of stakeholders, companies have an obligation to really help create change for those, and then that naturally happens through the social and environmental causes that they are part of.
Among these issues, health is crucial. In India, as well as all the countries where Saint-Gobain operates, the CARE program, launched in 2019, offers social protection to the 170,000 group employees and their families all over the world.
In India, the health is not really affordable, and hence we provide hospitalization and medical support to employees and their dependent parents. We also saw that many of the employees are young, and hence we brought in certain specific insurance coverage. For example, there is a maternity coverage even on the first year. And we also saw that many of the aged people also require medical attention. We actually took care of them by maybe paying a higher premium and extending the coverage from 75 to 80 years of age. And the third area is on the term life insurance, that is, in case of any death of any employee, the family needs support, and hence we have taken an insurance coverage for them. So Saint-Gobain gives an answer as to what is in it for me, for the community, through the SG Care program.
So when we talk about a company's purpose, we talk about it having 4 attributes. And so purpose, again, is a company's ethos, their reason for being. We talk about, first, it should be profitable. At the end of the day, a company does need to create profits, but it doesn't need to stop there. And this is where companies often end up stopping. But really, the next 3 attributes are what make the purpose actually come to life. First, it should be tied to something significant. It should be addressing a clear social issue, a large social issue or an environmental issue, preferably one that's tied to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The third attribute we talk about is that it should be authentic. So again, it should be linked to a company's core business in some way or their history and be rooted in that. And the fourth attribute is that it should be serious. So companies have to hold themselves accountable. They have to align their performance metrics and how they judge themselves as individuals and as an organization to their purpose in a way that they're actually then tracking towards those metrics.
Helping those in need also means allowing them to achieve greater independence, and that means accessing a job. The Youth Build program lets young people all over the world enjoy training in construction, obtain a diploma, and therefore find a job. It's the case in South Africa, in Germiston, where their teams are mobilized to support young people.
We train young people from the local communities around the academy. We train them in not only technical skills, but in also life skills, leadership training, entrepreneurship training, work readiness, and we provide them with counseling and support. That includes career guidance as well. Our mission is to unleash their positive energies, intelligence, to actually realize their own potential in making things go right for themselves, their families, and their communities. The course is 1 year. We give them a summative assessment towards the end of the year. They get a qualification, and then just after they graduate, they then get support for career guidance and also placement. Youth unemployment is a problem in our country, and COVID has made it far more worse. As an organization, we aim to mediate the situation by partnering with the private sector, the government, and the community-based organizations.
To be effective, these actions need to be perfectly adjusted to the expectations of those they aim to help. Today, the large companies that have decided to support these initiatives have new ways to maximize their social impact and make the world a better home.